Hey, everybody. Let me make sure this is up a little bit here. There we go. Chris
What's
Moore
up?
here. Hey, Pete's here. Pete's here. I'm here. Hey, look at that. I got it right this time. Pete's here. Welcome to, what is today's date? February 11th,
Yes, it is.
2021. So
Yes,
welcome
it
to
is.
our broadcast for February 11th. We're Interfleet Broadcasting. We do science fiction and other news. We do some reviews. Actually, we're going to do a review tonight, which is kind of cool. And we do book versus episode. We do 70s, 80s, 90s, different ones. So here we are. Hey, Pete, how you been? Anything happening to you
What's
this
up?
week?
What's up? What's up? Tipsy Toaster Chris. We were rocking to some
Like a new intro?
DJ. Yeah, it was like Paul Oakenfold, Armin Shimmerman, whatever kind
Whew.
of techno stuff was great.
Oh.
Anyway, so all good, man. This week, Chris, we're gonna dive into last couple of chapters of our the book Battlestar Galactica. Bam, right?
Boom.
So
There we go.
we are discussing the differences between the book, which I think as we go through the last couple of chapters, there's some really major things that are different from the actual premiere, and that's kind of where we're focused
Yep.
on. But we're also talking about some of the other stuff, like some of the I don't want to say nitpicking, but we're taking a deep dive into some of the details, which are kind of cool, character backgrounds and some of the getting into the minds of the characters through the book more than the actual premiere. But so that's going to lead us, into the finale. But before we get there, Chris, we got some stuff to talk about.
Sure. I did mention, we didn't talk about this pre-show, but I wanted to kind of mention we did get an update on Paul Hogan. Oh my gosh. Michael Hogan. The XO.
Yes.
From Battlestar Galactica. He's if you're not familiar, he was he had fallen, hit his head, and he's had a major traumatic injury for his head, and luckily he survived and everything, but he's having a rough recovery. And there's a GoFundMe page for it if you haven't seen their GoFundMe. And then of course Battlestar Wiki and those guys and other people like us on Twitter are trying to raise awareness and get some money. We've done really well in regards to raising money for him. And once again, you have to remember these are actors. They're not usually covered by a by like your local health insurance type thing. So they've been trying to raise money, but this recently, the most recent update is I think he's going twice a week. They've got this new machine where he's actually now able to walk a little bit.
Oh,
So
wow.
he actually gets
That's good news.
in this machine, and he really likes to walk it. So if you haven't checked it out, it's hashtag Fleet is Family, and then also look at the GoFundMe site for Fleet is Family. You'll find it there. But that was really
Worthy
good news.
cause.
It's really good news.
Worthy
It's good to
cause.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
So we have a couple of viewers. Chris and Lola, of course, are with us tonight. Thank you for joining.
hey guys.
I actually broke down, Chris, and I have just a quick side story. Marco is here with us and Sean as well. So I finally broke down, and I remember distinctly that when this came out, Chris.
Who kept the bread wrapper? Really? I mean, that's awesome, but
Free
who would?
Battlestar Galactica. This is Wonder Bread, man. The Wonder Bread.
I mean,
So
did you open up the wrapper, see if there's any crumbs inside of it?
no, I didn't. That's funny. I'm funny. That's funny you said that, but I
Who keeps the
when
wrapper from a bread box? A bread.
I almost did. And my mom was like, "Oh no, it's gonna go bad. There was bread in there. You can't keep that." So I threw it out. And the truth be told, I only had one. I still have my original Wonder Bread Battlestar Galactica card, and it took me a few years to finally get to a dealer that actually had the set. But I remember being in the supermarket, right, and
Yeah.
looking through the back and underneath to see what card was in it, and I could only get one. So I made sure that I got the best one that was there. And
Who's the
so I,
who's the kid looking at all the bread?
yeah, look, I got one. I got a Wonder Bread Battlestar Galactica. Let me see. All right, hold on now. I'm gonna
I
open
see
it up.
there's crumbs inside there now. It smells like bread?
Smells like Wonder Bread.
Really? It
No,
actually does.
I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I didn't think so.
No, see,
It's
you
been
wanted to hear
long.
that, so you wanted to hear it.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Oh,
I just wanted to know if there's any crumbs in there.
yeah. Well, anyway, look, before we get any deeper into this, because I have a couple of other things that I want to share with everyone. Um, let's do the toast, right?
Sure.
So, if it weren't for the our fans and everybody out there that's been watching and sending us messages and emails and everything else, we wouldn't be having as much fun. So we want to let you guys know that we appreciate you and we're going to toast you. So, Chris, take it away.
Well, to everybody who has joined us, thank you for joining us. Once again, fans fuel the fleet, and the feet. Wow. The fleet fuels the fans. So
That's right.
we're here to give you guys as much information as we can, and we love that you're here with us. So here's to you.
Here's
Thank
to
you
you.
so much for joining.
Chris, thanks for joining. Catch us on the rebound. All right. So, I want to bring up I don't know how many fans remember this show, The Prisoner. So I figure
You
I finally
are the
I
number.
finally broke, yeah, Patrick
Oh.
McGowan, and I broke down and I got a box. So yeah, Sean is still laughing at the feet. So anyway, I got a box of Prisoner cards because hey, I'm a fan of The Prisoner, and
Well, open it
I
up. I
figured
mean,
I'd
you
share
can
it with
open
you
it
guys.
up, or I mean, they're still
Yeah, I'm gonna open it
sealed.
up, but I'm gonna film it. I guess I'll take some pictures as I open it and see what
Okay,
autographs I get out of
that
it,
works.
and stuff
Yeah,
like that. But more
I'll break out my
importantly,
Mork and Mindy cards.
oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool. Yes, we are
yeah.
going to
I've
do
got Mork and Mindy cards. Yeah,
Dr.
that's from
Ravishol.
when I was a kid.
We're
They're
going
not boxed,
to.
so they're not that
Oh,
special.
that's cool. No, man, come on.
They
So
still
we're gonna
have my
bust out
initials on
cards.
the back when I used
Oh,
to
we're
trade
gonna
with
we're
my
gonna
friend.
do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do a card night. So we're gonna bust out all the different. Obviously, Chris, let's start with all the Galactica.
Oh yeah.
Right? We'll
Yeah,
do
definitely.
like a classic, and then we'll go into the other ones, and hopefully everybody else will join in because I know everybody. A lot of our fans also have cards, so we'll talk about those because there's some really cool scenes. I mentioned this before. Some of the cards, the original now, the '78 ones, they have some scenes on them that are pretty cool. We should talk about those. But
Yeah. And there's some really
there's
weird. You made me start looking at the descriptions on the back,
ah
and I'm like,
yep
and you're some of them are, you're like, what?
yep yep yeah. I did a little research on it, and I think there's some pretty cool background on why that is. So we'll talk about it that day. We'll bring it all up, and we'll reminisce over the cards and stories. I think it'll be a nice show, and then we
Right.
invite, of course, everybody else to chime in as well. But Chris, there was something that we promised everybody that we would open and discuss, and it has to do with cosplay,
Ah,
but it's
you do that first.
Battlestar Galactica cosplay. So let's
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
yes. Hey
So-
Mike, thanks for joining us.
So let me pull up the camera here.
Okay, so there's the book.
There's the book.
And you
It's
can
covering
see-
up the thing.
You
I'm
can
gonna
kind of
rotate
see
my
a little
microphone
bit
around.
of it. Yeah, you can see a
All
little
right.
bit of and the reveal. Here it is, man.
There's the reveal.
Oh yeah. So
we-
for the longest time, Chris, the only way you could get your hands on a set of Colonial Warrior jacket buckles was to have the 3D printed ones. And
Right,
there's
where you found the originals.
or yeah, well,
These are
which is
originals.
those are originals. There's not a lot of those left. I got a
These are
set of those
silvers.
too. Yeah, they're kind of
These are
silver.
opening up today night too. So let's
Yeah.
just go ahead and
So those were
slice those, or slice them
yeah.
into them.
those originals, and they're very very expensive. and they see. So you apply those just like the actual.
Yep.
Those are like original made. So no, there you go. Yeah, those like little forks there, they bend down into the one side of the jacket. So
Yep.
yeah, that's really cool. So that's the actual buckle. However, short of those, I couldn't find any, so I actually had to have them 3D printed. And there's different quality of 3D printing. One set, which is the affordable one, you actually have to glue together. They come in pieces, Chris. So
Oh,
they
geez.
don't function. The 3D printed ones, some of them don't function. They don't open and close like like what you're doing now. The
Yeah.
buckles don't do that. However, if you're willing to really spend a lot of money, you could actually get a set of 3D printed buckles that are made of plastic,
Mm-hmm.
but you can actually close them. They're like a slide clip, but you still have to paint them. These, the ones that you're holding, are original. It's an original set. They are vintage. So you're holding a vintage set, which is they were very expensive.
Yeah.
Um, and
There's
it's
a
almost a shame
huge,
to actually use them.
there's huge teeth in these things,
Yeah,
and then
they, they,
and they're
they're complicated to.
and they're they're nice. I mean, they're definitely
Yeah,
folded together. There's the foldovers are right here.
yeah.
Oops, we're here.
You want to build? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, let me know if I'm out, because I'm looking at these. And the
Right.
folders are there, so it's kind of like is it this
Yeah,
metal foldover
yeah. That's the real
pieces.
deal.
You
I
know.
can tell you, Chris, that the ones you're holding are the vintage, right? You're
Yeah.
holding a vintage set, and they match exactly to my original Battlestar Galactica jacket that I bought off of Starlog back in
Oh wow.
1978, right? So those are vintage. However, we have alternatives. There's someone out there now, which we will tell you all about, that
Yep.
actually has made. They are reproducing and selling, and very affordable.
Ooh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. The actual buckle,
Let me actually.
and there's a new system, right? There's a new system to actually attach them, and I'm looking forward to actually putting these on the jacket. So, right, it comes with buckle installation
Yep.
instructions as well, and I'm like, wow,
So
this
this
is
is
pretty cool, man.
SellGeek LLC.
Yes.
Very nice group. Nice. If you get a chance to go to their website, that's sellgeek.com.
Yep, online.
Yep.
And as soon as we saw it,
www.sellgeek.com.
yeah, we jumped on it, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
think
as soon as I
Chris, you
saw
beat me.
somebody, he had put it out on a couple of the different boards real quick, and we're like,
Yeah,
hey, we'd like to talk to you about this, and maybe actually before I said any of that, I said how much, and I bought 8 of them.
yes,
They were not given to me for free, or to make our
anything.
influence our opinions on these or anything like that.
Correct.
So we just
I
want to
bought 4.
Yep.
I
I
bought
bought
4 of them myself, and we got these because we're fans, and we're gonna actually put them on our Colonial Warrior jackets. So either we have the suede ones or the other one that's made overseas, because we're never gonna get the Anavos one. So we figured
Yeah.
we'd get these, and
Oh, well, there's a power of positive thought. We're never gonna get the
well,
end of us one.
oh yeah, okay, well, let's be realistic. I mean, let's face it. So, and I think a bunch of you guys are going to agree with that. And
Wow.
so yeah, these
Wow.
these these
There's
new ones, they
there's a
look phenomenal.
they do. Oh, and they sell them different ones right now. I think the only ones he has available now is brass, but they have an antique brass, and they have a
Yeah.
silver, and I want to say
Yes.
he's going to do a black.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's going to do a black.
yeah. So,
Oh, I'm going to get a set of black ones because those
oh
are
yeah,
cool, man.
but right off the bat, these are heavy. they're
Oh, really?
they're really, yeah, compared to the folded over metal
The
one.
vintage one?
This
Yeah.
is this is really nice. These
Oh,
are
wow.
rather heavy. and they're a little bit different. I mean, you look at the buckle's a little deeper on the original ones than this, but it's really hard to
Right.
tell. And then I even brought out the look at that. I'm prepared today. I brought out a
Oh,
tape measure.
excellent. Measure them up, man.
So we've got 2 inches from tip there and 1.5, and these are exactly 2 inches and 1.5, right on the money.
Wow. And they are shiny, man. They're really cool.
Yeah, they're much shiny. They're really nice. Different attaching mechanisms, but the thing I find really interesting is just like the original, who has the teeth that goes in and messes up your leather jacket, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The teeth that goes in, it has these triangle pieces. They
Right.
went ahead and duplicated the triangle pieces so you could actually see. Oops,
Yep.
so you can actually see the coat through the opening, just like you could the real deal.
Right.
These are a little bit bigger than the small. The new one's a little smaller than the original.
Right.
But this is so much. This is a solid piece. This is welded together. This isn't like pressed like this one. It's got the little angles on it. This is gonna, in my opinion, this would break probably. You hit it with me. I closed my car door on it or something. So
yeah, of course,
but this
Chris.
would break a whole lot easier, I think, than and it's folded over. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Oh, hold it up higher. There you go.
It's folded.
Yeah.
Folded
Okay.
metal.
Okay. Hold it up higher.
There we go.
Okay, that's a good shot right there. Yeah. And that's
Folded
you're
metal,
holding
and
the
this is
vintage, and the shiny
vintage.
one is the new one, the one that we got from SellGeek.com.
This is solid
Yeah.
piece. I mean, it's got
And
an angle in
and
here,
it
but it's
has
solid.
you got to show the back plate, Chris,
Oh yeah,
because that's how it attaches, right?
so yeah, it's got a back plate too. It's got
a back
screw
plate.
holes, and
Yeah.
then we've got screw holes on this one too. And actually, they did another thing here. Is they actually made it to where you could actually put it on a belt. So they actually have it listing in here where they have a put on a belt.
Okay.
So you actually put it on a belt instead of just a jacket. You could have it on a belt or something.
Right.
And then,
and it comes with these little screws
yeah.
so that you screw it through the material.
But yeah, you've got these things are heavy.
Those are the back plates. Yeah, for attaching.
So
Yeah.
Plate.
That's it. Yep.
So
Oh wow. Okay.
your little screws go into there. It screws down the back plate, and then you have your cloth in between.
Oh, okay.
So that's gonna hold really good. I mean,
has it screw? I'll take one of these out on my side.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. The screw goes inside that little.
These things.
It's phenomenal, man. I'm like,
they did a really good job on this.
This is
plus,
really
once again,
cool.
I can tell you right now, there's no other place to get it. I mean,
no, there is none.
You can do the 3D printed ones, but once you get the 3D
printed
ones, you're gonna have to, to shine them, or you have to sand them, and you're gonna have to paint them.
You have to paint. Yeah, base coat, paint,
there.
And then you have to put that sealer on it to give it a little shine. I did it. I've done it for a friend that wanted a set for his jacket. I did it for a good friend of ours, Mike Steiner, and I did it for myself. Man, these are real. This is like, these are metal.
Yeah,
phenomenal. I'm blown away. No regrets. I'm looking to get another jacket, and I'm gonna have these put on. And these are just because my other jacket, Chris, I converted into a Pegasus jacket, a Pegasus Colonial Warrior jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, these buckles, I'm going to use for a Galactica jacket. I'm going to keep it the Galactica. So, hey, Greg, thanks for watching. So yeah, we got these off of we purchased these ourselves.
Yeah. SellGeek.com.
SellGeek.com. And they're going to be on.
Thing up there, so let me hang on. We do this. Maybe
they're going to actually come on the show. There we go. That's them. So at some point, they promised that they are going to have someone come on and talk to us about them. So that's a future guest. However, Chris, the best part of this is that SellGeek.com has given us a treat.
Yeah, so I didn't ask for this or anything, so I can tell you that much right off the bat. So it's not a paid advertisement or anything to that effect. But they came out and said, "Hey, we can't make your show right now. Maybe later, but we appreciate your doing a review on it, and if you want, we're also giving you a 20% discount
Whoa.
code. I think it's hashtag fans fuel the fleet. Let me pull it up and make absolutely sure I'm not going to mess that up.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, that's a good chunk of change. A 20% discount, and not only was it on the buckles, but it's on everything in the store.
That's phenomenal. Hey, Chris, do me a favor. Can you take the vintage one off of the package and just put up the SellGeek buckles, please? Just so that everybody, yeah, there you go. And there's what everyone's looking at your hands, the back plates, that knife that is scary, and it's a Cylon knife. Yeah.
It's a sword.
Exactly.
It's
So
a Cylon dagger.
Cylon dagger. So you're looking at, hey Chris, it would be really cool if you could actually move the package a little bit to the right. Yeah, move it and then bring over the instructions. So push out the vintage ones, would you?
Oh, sounds
hey
so
Rick,
mean.
thanks for joining us.
Push
All
those
right, cool.
vintage ones out of the way.
Yeah. Vintage ones are cool, but I gotta be honest with you, Chris. I'm like very hesitant to actually use them because you got to make some really, you got to punch those through the material,
right?
And then you got to fold. They got to be folded in towards themselves so they can stay on on your jacket.
Yeah.
So that you got to cut little holes, and they better be the right size, or they'll move and you'll screw it up. These, right? So I mean, I know that you do cosplay.
Yes.
And you haven't done Colonial Warrior. I don't know if you've ever done one.
Uh-huh.
I know you do Cylon, but I've done. Oh, that jacket is Fugazi. That's Fugazi jacket. So now you got to get rid of that.
This is what you get with the jacket off of Amazon.
It's nice, but that's caca. You're embarrassing yourself. Take that off.
Yeah, it's
put on one of the good ones, man. So
definitely
put one on.
Put one of those on.
Chris, close it back up. Would you close it back up and then get the buckle and show what this thing is gonna look like, man. Look how sweet that is. Oh yeah. See,
that's cool.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask everybody out there. How many of you have actually bought the suede jacket that I believe is on Amazon, Chris? The suede jacket? It's on eBay too. Yeah.
This is not bad.
It's not bad. What about the size? How well is it? Because
it's pretty good, Mom. I'm a pretty good. I'm a hefty guy, so 2XL. I would run. It runs about a size small. So if you regular wear a large, I'd get an extra large.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
I wear the 2XL will fit me, but it's a little tight across the chest. Okay. So, I might have to look for another one. But
hey, Chris,
the one thing I like about it is it's leather. This is wrong.
Suede.
That's wrong. I mean.
Yeah.
And then the patch that originally comes with it is garbage. Really garbage. But we can do a thing on that later.
Yeah, we should. So we'll look. That buckle. Just real quick. How hard is it to get that buckle off without ruining the jacket?
Oh, this one? Not hard at all. It's a poke through. There
okay, good.
Whoop, there's one. There's two. Ready? Ta-da.
Yeah.
Buckles off.
Sweet like candy. Sweet like candy. Oh yeah, dude. Okay. See, this is I have a Colonial Warrior uniform, and I've been to a couple of conventions now, including New York Comic-Con, guys. So oh man, that's way cool. All right.
Have to finagle a little bit more of it.
Oh man, look at that. Oh, look at that. As it should be.
That's That's beautiful.
Oh man. All right, cool. All right, that's a winner. All right, so
Yeah.
look,
And let me look
everybody,
up the let me look up the discount code because a lot of people are waiting on that probably.
oh yeah, sellgeek.com. Chris and I went ahead, we'd bought on our own, right? We bought
Yeah.
our own. I have my own four.
Before they offered the
Which
20%, so we paid
yeah,
20% extra.
yes. Everybody that's tuning in, use the discount they gave us, and they actually catered it to us,
Yep.
right? They named it after one of our biggest toasts, the toast to the fans. So that was really personalized it. So that was really cool. Thank you, sellgeek.com. Hopefully, the fans will take advantage of it. And hey, you can't beat that. A nice little discount, and they are worth it though. I mean, I have, like I said, I have my own set. I'm gonna go back and probably get another one just to have, because man, sometimes these things, it's been decades,
Yeah.
literally decades before. I'll tell you, Chris, I think you and I talked about this a long time ago. I remember when the number one top collector named Chris Pappas was selling off from his personal stash, and he wasn't charging a lot, but he only had a few left, and I missed on that. I should have jumped on it, but I didn't. And after that, there was none. But these are my four, right? These are the four that I got, and so I'm looking forward to using these. So I'll probably get another set, especially if there's the black ones. I'm intrigued. But
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's got black,
it's
silver,
really
and
cool.
like an antiqued. You don't
Yes,
like
an antique.
you don't like the shininess of the. I'm a shiny kind of guy.
Yeah.
There's my
What?
firefly sticking out, shiny. Um,
Oh my God! Again, listen. It's like your subliminal messages. What is the discount that he gave us?
it is. Hang on, I'm going to pull up the actual email and everything
All
so
right,
everybody can
cool.
see it.
Yeah,
Cameras,
yeah.
videos,
It's
images,
a really
audio, screen
nice little thing that.
share. We'll do that. We'll do merge. All right, so probably all my other
Oh,
emails that you're going to check out. So let's try to do this. Let's do this instead. There we go. That's a little better. But here it is. There's the link for the discount.
I can't
Or
see
you can.
that. Can everybody see that?
I can make it larger. Hang on. Alt.
Wow, that's very tiny. Zoom. There you go. Now you're talking. Ah, okay, cool. And it is discount code is fans fuel the fleet. It'll
Right
give
here.
everyone 20% off the site wide, including the buckles. Thank you very much to sellgeek.com. We really appreciate it, guys. I know I'm going to take advantage just personally for myself. And Chris, man,
Yeah.
this is really good. It's very nice of you guys, and we're looking forward to having you on the show. Um, Sean just said that he sat with Chris Pappas at the 15 Yarn reunion, and yeah, he does have everything, guys. The consummate collector. I remember reaching out and exchanging emails with him back in the late '90s, and he was looking for um, stills. He was missing a few choice stills in his collection. He put out the word on the old interwebs, and I got to exchange emails with him. I know he's into other things now. He does conventions, and I know he's big into Lost in Space now. So
Oh
I
wow.
think he worked on the Chariot or something like that. But he would be something to get him
Oh yeah, it'd be fun to
on
have
the
somebody
show.
like that
So,
on. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. All right, Hammond is watching as well. Welcome to the show. And I guess Chris, that's that's more or less. Other than the fact that the Mandalorian has had some issues, and I think
What? Oh,
one of their
I've
supporting
heard.
cast is
I haven't found out what that is, but I think it's political, so we may not want to trounce
correct.
into it.
Correct,
But
correct, correct. But they're going to have a
everybody's
change
entitled to
in
their
their
opinion.
lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody's
there's
entitled to their
the
opinion.
change up in their lineup, and everybody loves the Mandalorian, and it is what it is.
Yep.
But it is worthy of just a quick mention.
Oh,
And
John Jackson Miller. Don't forget that one.
well, that's where I was going. And so, New York Times best-selling author John Jackson Miller is going to be with us, and we're looking forward to that. So that's our next, I think, next up big interview. and hopefully all you guys, join us live. But if not, definitely on our syndication. But definitely be kind of cool because he's looking forward to the challenge of live questions, guys. So he we asked him to come on board, and he was, he's a great author, and he's a fan, and he's been a supporter of us from just right from the beginning, from pre-beginning. So before we started the show just almost a year ago, he was supporting us and the Colonial Warriors and everybody that was going to be at a convention in Texas, that unfortunately didn't happen, but there's a backstory which we will bring to you in the future because Chris got to go to one day before COVID shut down that convention. So there's a story there and some excellent interviews that we will bring to you when we go into our convention series and we start talking about that. That's very interesting. John Jackson Miller helped us out with that and it was supporting us from then. So we're really honored to have him come on board. And we asked him if he wanted to, get any questions, any of our questions up front, any of the things that we might have planned. And he was like, nah, I look forward to the challenge. He goes, I
He
enjoy
doesn't
being
know
put
us
on the
well.
spot. Yeah, well, he was like, bring it on. That's what he told me. He goes, bring it on. He goes, I'm good with this. He goes, I'm ready for it. And he's looking forward to actually having an interview. He said it's the first time that he's ever been interviewed in a Battlestar Galactica themed streaming broadcast like the one we do. So he said it's great, and he's got projects that he's working on, and everybody knows that he actually works on some of the biggest franchises that are around. So we mentioned Star Wars,
Yep.
right? Comic books, novels, Star Trek, Discovery, right? So and just
I mean, he's gone
Battlestar
as far as
Galactica,
doing the story for Dumbo, the comic book.
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
it's
like, what?
phenomenal. I've been reading some of his blog stuff, some of his author's page. He's got some really cool background information. So I actually met one of the artists for the Battlestar Galactica series at Comic Con, New York Comic Con, and so I got to, he's Brazilian, so I was able to get a sketch which I'll share that day. And so he's coming on, Chris. We're gonna have a great time with him.
We don't want to get too much
He's a
farther.
fan.
We're already fanboying on him here already.
Yeah, well, he knows that.
Which is
I
okay.
told him.
Yeah.
No, I told him. I told him. I said, "Hey, we've been reading your stuff, and Chris, I think you just finished one of his books, so we're
Yes.
gonna have a good time with the guy." So I'm inviting everybody. The bottom line is, I'm inviting you all. Come on, watch with us live and post questions, and let's do it. We'll have a good time.
Yep.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. So Hammond, you better be fired up that day. And so Chris, where we are now? Where we at?
Well, you know what
What's the
happens.
deal?
You know what's next, right?
Let her rip.
All right, let her rip. All right, here we go.
Book versus episode.
And okay,
Silence.
that's right. Oh God! Again with your subliminal messages. If what's up with you? If it's not Firefly, it's Cylons.
Cylon rules.
What is that? Stop that! You're out of control, man. Oh boy. Oh
Yeah, I
boy.
like Cylons and Battlestar Galactica and
Yeah, of course we love
Firefly and
Cylons, but you're like a wannabe Tipsy Toaster Cylon dude. What's up with that?
can't help it.
All right,
Cylons rule.
fair enough. All right, okay. Oh my
That's all
God.
there is to it. Cylons rule and Colonials drool.
Oh yeah, but you're not even an ILM series, man. You're not
Oh, yes.
even. No, you're not.
I'm a skin job. You just don't see it. That was one of the very first
Whatever.
1980 skin job.
No, see, you're mixing it all up. It's all
Yeah,
messed up now.
1980 there.
You made it into a tossed salad, all kinds of crazy in there. That's not cool. You got to pick out the best pieces, the croutons.
That's it.
Um,
So here we are with
chapter
chapter 8.
Chapter 8, Chris.
Yes.
So we last episode we discussed, we talked about how the last couple of episodes are, they feel a little bit hurried because they're short,
Mhm.
but I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
last one was
Look,
definitely short.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was only
This
like
one was kind of short
3
as well.
pages.
They're still well written, Chris. Not,
Yeah.
let's
Oh,
not
yeah.
take
It's
that
not gonna
away
say
from anybody, right?
just because it's short doesn't mean it's not well written.
Exactly. Dave from Battlestar Sagittarius is with us,
Hey.
and Dave Alexander's with us as well. So thanks for joining us, guys. We're just about to start the review on Chapter 8, and we just went over the whole buckle thing. So thanks for joining us. Chapter 8, Chris, it's broken up into 5. There's 5 scenes in it, 5
Yes.
sections in it. All right.
Yep.
And the paperback is page 169 to 186, which we kind of didn't do that so much because I was using the hardcover, but we decided that we were gonna, focus on the paperback. So that's why I'm mentioning the pages themselves. And I saw some of you actually were reading along with us, which is great. We love it. I know Sean was at least. So the Adama journal, right? Each one of the chapters starts with an Adama journal, and this one was kind of interesting. Well, they all are. Some of them a little bit more than others. But this one, it talks about how it talks about paradise. Bottom line is, what would it be to be in that place that you have everything at your disposal? And Adama in the journal says that he uses a word, solipsistic, and I looked it up. And I got to tell you, Chris, there's at least one highfalutin word in every Adama journal. So I think what that means is that Adama is, I mean, we know he was the president of the council, but he was a religious leader, and of course he's the, a commander of a Battlestar. So he's definitely somebody that's articulate and definitely refined and well educated. And for the record, solipsistic is the view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist. How about that? What do you think of that?
That's deep.
Yeah.
Oh, with the whole thing, this one, the Adama journal, this is actual very philosophical. Philosophical. Thank you. It's your human words are so difficult. It's better to go through telepathy. So anyhow, it's the falafel philosophical piece of this I thought was kind of interesting in regards to he mentions that what's everybody's paradise. His paradise was, he loved the airplanes and the toy airplanes and the blue sky and things like that. He says, but for someone to be able to sit around and do absolutely nothing, there has to be somebody who's going to be the slave.
Yes.
And that was like, whoa, I guess it's kind of a weird way of looking at it. I think it's, you're saying if you get to be your paradise, somebody else doesn't get to keep their paradise because they're going to be serving you, or they're going to be making the electricity or the food or whatever it may be that you need. So I thought it was an interesting look, just like his last one with the, when he looked at a painting and had to figure out, what did they leave out?
What was missing?
Once again, a really good philosophical view,
which
into a psyche of a character. So the writer is really good at this. Thurston did a very good job at this and getting us to know who Adama is.
Which is interesting because remember that Thurston is actually building around what Larson and the screenplay is, right? So Larson had given Thurston actually daily and sometimes multiple changes of the screenplay and the script, and he was supposed to adapt from that. And he said at some point it was impossible. We'd found a fantastic interview that was done in a fanzine that was published many, many years ago. I think more than 20 years ago now, Chris.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in our first episode. And so Thurston was obviously given, guidance. And then, he is such a great writer. And this is the Adama that we get. And I think, Lauren Green, I think is on par with this character, right? He is that father figure. He's an archetype. He's
Right.
brilliant.
I don't think he was in the show. It's like the other Adama journals and the different things that we've seen in the other chapters. He's more strict, almost. I don't want to say angry, but it's kind of the, he's
Right.
very
Right.
militaristic. He's his daughter
Right.
says something, and you're like, she's like, oops, I said something wrong. Where that wouldn't fly on the show with Lauren, the way the character was
Right.
portrayed by him. But portrayed in
Lauren
the book, he's
played
a little
him.
bit more of a, I don't want to say tyrant, but I guess.
No, he's Lauren is a little softer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little
Yeah, that's a
softer.
good way
So
of saying it. Yeah.
right, he plays Adama, um, I think in a way that portrays the need for, that the penultimate father figure, so that everybody can go to, your favorite uncle, your favorite friend's dad. That's who he is, because everybody needs that, right? The fleet has been through so much, and they don't, and it's quick paced. In my opinion, the original Battlestar Galactica is a fast paced show,
Right.
and it's hard to get into a lot of the mind stuff like the actual Adama journals do. But I still got that. I still got that. There were glimpses of Lauren Green's Adama where he can be the strict guy, he can be stern, but he also is wise, right? And it was always interesting to find those episodes and that information when, like Adama talks about how him and Ty used to be, they were rated for Vipers because they were fighter pilots, and
Yeah.
how they, so every once in a while you get that in the dialogue of the show itself. But in this, obviously, there's a lot more, and you get to see a bigger range, I think, Chris, of the emotions that go with command, which I think they did obviously differently in the reimagined, right? The reimagined, you had almost playing it, all, yeah, it was all out, right? There was no holding back. It was, survival
Mm-hmm.
on a different level in a different way. And so he played him differently, and almost Adama is definitely way younger than Lauren Green's Commander Adama. He looks way older,
Yeah.
right? He just
I think
looks
you're
way
right.
older, and he moves like an older, military commander, right? He moves like somebody that's been around for a while. You can tell, right? His bearing and all is, sophisticated, but he's older. He's
Yeah.
not young.
Fluid but strong when he
Yes,
moves.
exactly.
I think it's one
So,
of the what they
so
described him in one of the chapters that way.
yeah. So look, not to belabor then this Adama journal, but it's an imagined paradise is what Adama's thinking about, and it ultimately, towards the end of this quick Adama journal, it it they bring in this concept of Carillon. Then it seems like a paradise, right, Chris? It seems like they got the food, they
Yeah.
got the fuel, they feel secure, they're made to feel secure and happy, but ultimately it's a trap.
Right. Where's
It's
the
too
slave
good to be
part of
true.
this? Yeah. Where's the slave part of this part? And it happens to be the Ovions are the slaves.
The Ovions, yeah, the Ovions are slaves. And Lola reminds us that they say that their age, they're 200 yarn old.
Right.
So these people, this race of humans live, or their years are not the same as our
Yeah,
years,
maybe.
or
Yeah,
a
that could be it
combo.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're supposedly out, live longer than we do. So
Right. And I
yeah,
think it's
exactly.
one of the episodes. Um, I can recall it now. It's the wedding episode with Apollo and Serena, and they says, "Oh, that was a great repast. But if I was 100 yards younger,
Yes.
so that automatically, that gives you if he was 100 yards younger, that means Yeah, he's definitely older.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Like Lola says, like Moses lived eons. Exactly.
Yeah,
Right. So, I mean, when I first saw it, that's what I figured. I figured right away, oh, these people are definitely really old. But so that's the setup. We jump into the actual chapter, Chris,
right.
and um big big difference,
Yep.
right? This is totally way off of the premiere. This is a scene that doesn't exist in the premiere, right?
Right.
And
So
in the movie,
the
right?
last chapter it talked about that he was getting into a shuttle and heading down,
Yeah.
and then
And
this
now they're
chapter
down.
picks up. He's down,
He's
and
there.
he's taking a
So, and
tour of this facility.
not only is he's not alone. So it's not only Adama, right?
Right.
It's not only Commander Adama. It's Sire Yuri's there
Yuri.
too.
Exactly.
He's there with him, and it's also revealed that the council is with him,
Yep. It's
which
all
is mind blowing. So everybody, like the command staff of what the remnants of the colonies are there, and Commander Adama
right.
are on planet side. So so Adama and Yuri all go down to see the queen, the Ovion queen named
Right.
Lotte, correct?
Lotte.
That's it, Lotte. And um so they get to this conversation. Yuri's pigging out, right? Yuri can't help himself. He's just a glutton, and he's just eating
Yeah.
and grabbing, and he's got stuff. He's got food hanging out of his mouth. Like, come on, man.
That's
What's
like,
the matter with him?
wow. I mean, they're really
Guys,
it really make you want to hate this
slovenly.
guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they really
And
want to make you hate this guy.
so, but what's interesting is how they play the extreme of Yuri losing himself, right, in all the food, the drink, and buying into everything because he's there for the instant gratification, and
Yeah,
Adama pulls away from it and says he starts questioning the queen, right?
right. And
And he
he's even
wants,
sickened by it. He's like,
yeah,
he doesn't even partake in the gluttony.
right. And he starts questioning the Ovion queen about the thylium, the fuel. And she gets a little defensive and sidesteps and like, oh, we're doing the best we can, and you guys are so, our ways are not as maybe as modern, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't get you as much fuel. And in the back of my head, Chris, I kept thinking, how did they pay them? Like, what
Yeah,
did they never talk
because
about what they
it
gave
talks
them.
there says, we didn't expect such a large order. I'm
Yeah,
like, well, it means they're paying them something. What are they paying
right. Well,
them?
yeah, right. Kenneth, thanks for joining. So, so Adama gets put on the spot. So Adama's questioning the queen. The other council members are there. Yuri starts talking and saying, "Hey, we got to let everybody come down. Look at all the food. They're taking care of us. These are people are being very friendly to us. It would be insulting not to come down." And Adama backs off. He's like, he knows he can't fight or argue, and he probably is not the right place to do that. And so
I think
he
he said
walks
something
off.
in regards to arguing with a drunk politician.
Yes. Yes. Never argue with a
The
drunk politician. Yeah. Words of wisdom.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And it's probably
that's
pretty wise advice, although I think
oh,
some of our politicians could use a drink.
sometimes maybe. But so that's that scene. And then we jump to the next one, Chris.
Mhm.
So the next one is
Oh,
very important. And I know that you would enjoy this one,
right. I
or
want
that
to
you
jump back
enjoy
real
it.
quick because you had
Yeah.
mentioned something last week in regards to how Adama's father had turned over the Galactica to
Yes.
him and some of the things. In the beginning of this one, Athena, he talks about the dreams. So in Adama's journal, I'm sorry, I have to backtrack there. I just wanted to mention that, I said last week, so I don't think Athena would probably want the Galactica. But in the beginning of this chapter, it said Athena's dream would probably be to be in charge of the Battlestar Galactica.
Yep. Yep.
I stand
That's
corrected.
something, right?
Yeah.
That's really
corrected.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sorry. All right, we go back. Go jump forward again.
So we fast forward. We go back. That was a small interlude to the beginning. Now we go back to where we are, and we're actually jump cut to next scene is enters stage right is the Cylon. He comes into this because the Ovion Queen um is now kowtowing to the Cylon. So Cylon shows up. We don't know his rank. They don't describe him whether he's the a gold commander or whatever.
Right.
They didn't even say his name, but
No.
she bows to him.
She bows. When she walks, so she goes back to her chambers, and he is on her throne.
Yes.
Which,
I envision a gold Cylon. That's what I see in my mind.
I mean, but you watch the regular show. It's like I said last week. I think it's one of the only Cylon that has kind of a rank insignia on the front.
Yes.
That's the only time in the entire series you ever see any rank insignia, other than of course the gold Cylon.
Right.
But
so
they call him the garrison commander.
Right. So he shows up.
They call him a garrison commander.
Yeah. And they show him he's I think the Imperious leader in the book mentions that they're like there's another class, the executive officer, the executive something. There's another level. He mentions them, but it escapes me now. If any of you guys remember what that was, bring it up real quick and I'll mention that, please. However, the queen has to bow down to the Cylon, and she's with one of her Ovions, and the other Ovion is not happy with that. Doesn't like the idea that the Cylons have it over them, and so there's a discussion on what the Cylons are going to do, and they want to They tell the Ovions they're going to lay the trap on the surface, as the bulk of the warriors will visit the casino, because they want to take them all out, right? So that's the whole thing. The whole is to take out all the humans, and to do it is get all the colonial warriors and everyone down to the planet. They'll, I guess, just exterminate them there, and then this way they'll be able to take out the fleet, and the human problem will be taken care of. And that's basically it, right? So that's that section. And
so it doesn't quite follow the book piece. I mean, the show piece. The book is definitely different on this, because in the show it's let's get them all down to the surface, and it doesn't quite follow it the way we're gonna go. We'll wait till we get into the next section. We start the Starbuck boomer conversation piece, which really does match up quite a bit.
A little bit better, yeah. So, but so now we jump cut to this next section, Chris, and they mention green bean, and they also mention that harvesting agriculture products is going on now. So remember how they dropped those seeds?
Yeah, they're harvesting it. Yeah. So
so the seeds have grown.
I think last week that week, it was 2 chapters ago, they said it was, it only took them 24 to 48 hours to grow full.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're already harvesting food. Yeah. And so Adama's back on the Galactica, and let's see, I have some notes, and this is interesting, Chris. I don't know if this escaped you or not, but this is when Apollo decides he wants to take a little R&R, and he's going to put on his dress blues for Serena.
Yeah, if anybody could get him in his dress blues, it would be Serena.
Yeah.
I think that's what it says. So
yes, exactly.
And then, of course, it goes a little bit deeper.
They go down.
Yeah,
they go down here in this section, this scene. They go down, and they go to the casino, and they mention a green-skinned humanoid, and they're at the roulette table.
It's Greedo,
which I think
See, hand didn't
something
shoot
like
first.
that.
Yeah. Greedo was already there.
So that's how that ends, and we then go quickly to the next section, right? So we jump to the next section, and this is when Starbuck comes into the picture.
What?
And Starbuck is winning at the
Yeah.
table. He's winning and winning and winning.
He's in his own element at this point.
Oh, he's having a great time.
He's having a great
What?
time. He's got all. He's getting. He's winning. Everything's looking good until.
So
Yeah.
he's there with Cassiopeia,
Yep.
and Athena shows up.
Yeah. Imagine
And now
that.
there's a problem.
Yep.
And
then-
Lola reminds us now that she says, I thought they'd gone down because they were going to be awarded.
Nope.
And that is not what's going on, which is a beautiful comparison in terms of the differences between the book and the show itself, right? So this was now
not in this chapter, at least. Okay.
not in this chapter, but we now know why. Narrative wise, the timeline and narratively speaking, Apollo and Starbuck and Boomer and Green Bean are all on Carillon, and Jolly too. They're all on Carillon. And so here Starbuck has an issue with he's basically on a date with Cassiopeia, and Athena comes down looking for him.
Yeah,
and there's a bit of a
there's
a problem.
In the last chapter, she requests permission to go down to hunt him down. So she, and of course Adama was like, "Hell, go get her, go get him, girl." Kind of deal was one of the last chapters he was talking about. So now she's down there and she's gonna go get him, but it didn't quite work out the way she wanted to, and of course poor Starbuck thought he could sit on the sidelines and let them battle it out, and that didn't work out to him. Didn't work out so well for him. The episode is the same way. So,
but there's two details, Chris, that I had to bring out. Right, I can't let this go. One of them is Starbucks winning, and he says, "quote like nothing he had experienced since the day his gambling dad had flipped his first pack of cards into his eager waiting fingers."
Yep, I caught that. I was like,
wait a
minute.
He's
not an orphan.
He's not an orphan. Well,
he's not an orphan.
All right, look, technically speaking, let's say for argument's sake, if his mother had been killed, it, sort of makes him, orphaned of a parent.
But in
that's
the show,
not.
He doesn't remember his dad. If you watch the Chameleon.
He was walking in like the forest, right?
Yeah.
He has no parents. He's a kid, like a child, and he's got no kids. So
he didn't know his dad, and at this point, we're getting an idea that he didn't know his dad because his dad gave him cards to play.
Yeah.
So
that was interesting.
Is Chameleon his real father now?
Athena, of course, is on the scene. We said that. Yep. And when Athena shows up, do you remember this? In Space Fleet parlance, the moment what is this? What's my notes here? I gotta hold on. I want to mess this up. The moment that the Cylon hit the fan.
Yes, the Cylon hit the fan.
Hey, Chris, thanks for tuning in. So the Cylon hit the fan and they leave. The two of them leave. And it ends up that Athena and Cassiopeia leaves. Athena leaves behind her. They're both just pissed off with him. And he's not going up to the royal suites. He's not going anywhere.
No. They left the key there.
They threw it on the floor.
No, they threw it on the table.
And I think it fell to the floor. Didn't it fall to the floor?
I can't remember if it fell to the floor. I know it's on the table, so it's there. So he has the key. It's not like, I think in the episode, one of them took the key with them.
Oh, yeah, no. Then this one,
they went together with the key. So this time, Starbuck has the key.
Yes, and that so they walk off though.
Yeah.
So in the book they walk off, and this is when Boomer enters.
He doesn't seem to be that upset about that.
No, he's like, okay, great, yeah, all right,
cool,
whatever.
I'm gonna go win some more.
Yeah. So this is when Boomer now is trying to tell Starbuck there's something wrong, and
Starbuck,
something's going on. And right, remember in the last chapter, Boomer was saying we need to go and dig up some he didn't call it intel, but
Mhm.
they're basically trying to figure out what's going on. So they're supposed to be interviewing, picking up pieces of information, and Boomer tells Starbuck nobody knows about the destruction of the fleet.
Yeah,
And it's
all those
Starbuck.
people there. I mean, and
Yeah,
that's in the episode too when they meet the Toron girl, the lady
yeah,
that was from went to
yeah,
Chips. I can't
yeah.
remember the actress's name. But
But right, so they don't. Nobody
yeah,
knows what's going
nobody
on,
knows about it.
and
They're in a news
Starbucks,
blackout, evidently.
yeah, and Starbucks totally distracted, and then they walk off, and there's like a singing troupe on
Yes.
stage,
Oh,
and
what's the name of the troop?
they're
He says Starbuck.
from a
Uh,
planet called Toucan,
Toucans,
and
which is like a
Toucan.
doggone bird. I was like, what? Come on,
Yeah,
you couldn't come up with a
they're
better
called
name.
Encounter the Singers Toucanus from Toucan. Half the people are from Boomer is telling Starbuck, listen, we got problems, we got issues. Nobody knows about the destruction of the colonies, and nobody back home has ever heard of this casino.
Right.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that the word is nobody gets back? So then what happens? How does this place
Yeah,
exist?
and he's like, and he's telling Starbuck, this is, people are disappearing. So yeah, people disappear
Yeah.
all the time. It's that, the cruise
Yeah.
or whatever that the
Yeah,
lady was
whatever.
talking about, there.
Yeah.
I said, no, nobody ever leaves this place.
And then Boomer says to Starbuck, half the people are from their home planets, Caprica, Tauron, Sagittaria, before the invasion. And the other thing which was so Boomer is his mindset on one thing, and Starbuck is just totally
Oh yeah.
distracted.
Oh wow.
And
Check out those
yeah,
singers.
yeah, yes. And oh, Sean says that Wonder Bread card calls the singers the Android
Android sisters,
Sisters.
yeah.
Yeah, interesting. But the other thing that I found interesting was that the singer's voice smashed Starbucks glass. So she's
Right.
singing in some like high
Right.
pitch
Well,
or
that's what
something,
happens on the show
and
too.
yeah, it shatters, and so he's all into it. But Chris,
Excuse me.
bottom line is that scene in the book now, which is similar to the episode, right? The premiere, it brings us right to the last part of this chapter. And it's very interesting.
Oh,
And I
wait, we
know
missed.
that
Is
what?
this? Wait,
Go
did
ahead.
we miss the part where Apollo and Yuri have words?
Well, that's
Is that this last
th-
part?
this is where uh my notes I was thinking more about some of the interaction between Apollo and Yuri, but yes, you're right. There is an exchange, correct?
And there's that
And he
fountain,
does, yes. That well,
aphrodisiac
yeah.
fountain.
See, I knew it. I knew you were going to talk about that. I knew it. I had it in my notes. So I figured, yes, there's an issue with Yuri. He's a slovenly, he's just an idiot. And Apollo's going to get pissed off because he overhears Yuri talking to some of the other council members, and they're talking about giving everything up.
Yeah, lay down our arms. That sounded
Yeah,
familiar.
because it's beautiful here. It's paradise to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
But
They were scared of us because we came down here with all these weapons, and if we just we make them feel more comfortable by laying down our arms and giving up our weapons. Apollo's listening in on this. He's like, "What?" Of course, Serena's plowed.
yeah,
For the
but
best word.
what I wrote these notes down because I know that this might come up in some later form. They name the drink grog.
Grog. Yeah.
It's purple wine, and it's held over fires.
Yeah, fire candle or something like that.
So it's hot and cold and gives bursts of taste. It's delicious, and it's an aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
After you drink it, people were running off into the woods to have,
Yeah.
I don't know, baby
and
colonials.
disappear. Whoopi,
Yep.
yeah, and disappear. So
Are
who
they
knows if they
disappearing, or are
actually
just,
did?
Yeah. Are they disappearing, or are they getting abducted?
Exactly. That's probably what ends up
Probably it
happening
is.
to
I
them.
don't know.
And we end this chapter with Apollo goes off to Serena's room
Mm-hmm. Wow, chicka,
because they
wow,
get two
wow.
sweets.
Yep.
They have two sweets. They go to check on Boxy.
Boxy,
He's
who's
asleep.
I like
And
that they put the Daggett in there was so I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh,
yeah,
they just left the
yeah.
kid upstairs, but then they
No,
they start mentioning Muffet is there, so Muffet's actually
Muffet too.
yeah, Muffet 2 is actually watching over the boy, which is
Yes.
really a cool twist on Muffet. So he's more of a protector,
Yeah.
than
And then
the goofy thing that we see in the show all the time.
No, yeah, of course.
And remember in the book, Muffet looks just
like a real dog. Yeah, looks like a real dog. And then that's how we end. We end with the fact that Apollo takes off with Serena to her room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there we go.
Yeah,
there
what's going to happen there? I wonder.
I don't know. That's it. So
that's the X-rated version of Battlestar Galactica. We don't get to see that part.
That is. Oh, I'm sure it's written up in some fanzine has.
I do have a fanzine that is maybe I don't know if we have to do an 18 or above show or something. I have a fanzine that was written.
Oh, you got one of those.
There was only one. I think there's only one. Blue something or other. I can't remember the name of the fanzine, but it was written
all
mainly,
different times.
Yeah, it was mainly written for intercourse type stuff.
So Sean made a point here that I want to read to you. He says, "Grog, a story beat to infer why colonials forgot about Holocaust so easily and are partying just days after destruction of the worlds." Right. Yep. So in the story, they've been deprived.
Yeah.
And even Adama had mentioned it, that they'd been deprived. They hadn't really eaten like that or seen any of this type of food and stuff. And so they just give into the music, the lights, the party, everything that's going on, and it's an escape. And you just kind of throw yourself into that moment. Not him, but everybody else, like Sire Yuri, they're all just going with the flow. Because I don't know, I guess. Hey, you're living in the moment, living like they did kind of allude, if not mention, the fact that I think it's Starbucks said something to the effect of, this could be our last day.
Yeah.
So why not have some fun, right? That kind of thing.
Right.
So, yeah, it is what it is, man. So, Chris, that's chapter 8. There's 9 and 10. We're down to the last 2.
Yeah, I know. Getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close.
There's 14 books.
Yes, there's 14 books, plenty of fanzines,
comic books, and plenty of fanzines.
Oh man, there's a ton, man. There's a ton of stuff. And Lou's watching with us, Miami Lou. Thanks for joining. And look, there's a lot of good stuff. This is nowhere near the end of anything. Galactica's been on for over 40 years, and it's been in our hearts. So hey, just the book itself is just the beginning, man. I bring it up because detractors always take issue with the third act of the pilot on the casino planet. Well, you know what? That's tough luck. Yeah. You gotta understand, and I get it. That's the point, Sean. You made the point perfectly. They're into this living the moment like it's the last, and at some point, let's not forget that a lot of the patrons in the casino have come from the colonies. Right. And are being picked off little by little. So they've been on there for a while, just living it up, getting fat so that they can be, eaten later on by the Ovions. So that's a part of it. So come on, man. Yeah, let's go.
And that's, you get, they haven't said that yet in the book, but you get the gist when the Cylon talks about, you can have, you can have some of the humans. So you start to get the idea. Maybe we'll get a little bit more in the next chapter.
Yeah. They're juicy. They're full of stuff. Yeah. Absolutely. So, Chris, that kind of brings us to another end.
Oh.
The chapter ends, and so we also when we shared all this great stuff, a lot of fun stuff up front, which is there's nothing wrong with that. We enjoy sharing our passion with everyone, and we ask that you guys keep giving us the likes. We do this for not only for us, right? My backstory has always been that I want to give back some of the pleasure that I've always had that I've gotten from Battlestar Galactica. If it wasn't for Battlestar Galactica, I wouldn't have met some of my best friends. This show, I wouldn't be doing this show if it wasn't for Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
And so I want to give back, right? All that time that I spend reading and enjoying, I want to share with everybody else. I want to share with you guys and, reminisce and have some fun with this. And I think that's what we're doing. And I think we're enjoying ourselves at the very least, but I think we're able to enjoy and pass that on, sharing it with everybody else. Chris, we have an interview in the wings. Marcelo Arias is going to be our guest in a pre-recorded interview that he sent us from Chile. So that's on the back burner. I expect that in the lineup he's going to be following John Jackson Miller.
Yep.
So we're going to have that, and we're honored that he took his time out to do an interview with us. We also at some point we're going to be debuting 10 centons with found colonies of fans, and we have guests lined up for that portion, a segment of our show. We're gonna have some other guests and some other sub channels, Chris, that are
Yeah.
in the wings, waiting to happen as well. So we have a lot of fun stuff that's happening. So, Chris, anything else that we need to bring up?
No, I think we're good tonight. It was kind of a short night. I mean, we're almost ending at the hour like we're supposed to be doing, but we're always over a little bit, which is cool because there's so much good stuff to talk about.
There always is.
I always enjoy
There
this
always
so
is.
much. And like you said, it's good to share these stories with the fans, and we're exploring new information or revisiting some old information, some things that people have already found out before, but were never recorded the way we have it. So that's kind of what we want to do, is just get that information out
Right.
to you, the fans, so you have the information in a digestible format other than having to search through hundreds of internet sites or read through 5,000-6,000 books or comic books or whatever. So we like to go through and find those little nuggets, find those people. And speaking of people, we've got some more really behind the scenes people that knew. We had a great show for Richard Hatch's tribute, and we're gonna have kind of a part 2 coming up shortly. We're waiting to get the date back on that still. So I think we mentioned that last class. I teach too much online. Last show.
Our last episode, yeah, last show.
Episode.
So we're gonna have the second part to the tribute, and we're gonna be lucky to have the guest coming on, which we did mention the last show.
Yep.
And so we're waiting for that final confirmation, and then we'll blast that out as well. And so stay tuned. We have a lot of interesting, fan lore and behind the scenes experiences and stories to share with you guys. And look, we're gonna go where this takes us, and don't forget that by no stretch of imagination that we only exclusively do 1978 Battlestar Galactica. We are fans of all of Glenn Larson's work.
Yes.
Not to mention the rest
even Automan.
Yes, even Automan. Right. So look, we are going to little by little, we're going to be talking about, all of, other shows, other programs, yes. But want everyone, we'd like you to all know that we are always going to be grounded by Battlestar Galactica, the show that Chris and I grew up watching on, as it was broadcast, right? We watched it as live, so to speak, on television, right? We did not watch it in reruns. We did not hear about it later. We watched it as it was being broadcast, and we grew up with that concept and the stories and the books, and we just want to have fun by sharing and reminiscing and talking about it with you guys. And so John Dangostein, John 1 is with us. Thanks for tuning in, John. And look, make sure that you follow us, give us the likes. We're on Twitter, and we are on Facebook, of course.
All
We
that
are
beautiful bean
on
footage.
YouTube.
Yep.
And if you want to get in touch with us, please do. We mentioned this before, info@interfleetbroadcasting.com. Send the emails. Well, we enjoy reading them. We enjoy, getting in touch with you guys. And so, keep stopping by. And, we are on a lot of the groups out there, right? So we are involved. We support just like you support us. So, thank you for that. Continue to give us the likes. And, we are also on YouTube. So don't forget to, give us a like on YouTube as well
Right.
when you get a chance, because we're looking to get into bring you more content, but we need to get to another platform.
Thank you.
And we thank you guys for having thousands now.
Yes.
There's thousands of views on our episodes, and, we're grateful. Not to mention, we are in the tens of thousands of traffic and
interactions.
interactions on
we're over
our site.
15,000.
So
we're over 15,000 a month,
which is fantastic, and that's what keeps us,
way far beyond what I ever thought I thought we were just going to sit here and talk, and it just be the two of us, and eventually maybe one person would show up.
And there's so this and you know what? Thank you, Sean, for tuning in and supporting. And you're on our list, and you're going to be a guest on the trivia, but we also want you to do the 10 centons. You're going to be one of our guests on that, so we're going to discuss that with you off camera. But and Chris, let's not forget that we've been blessed with fans from Australia, from Germany, South America, Chile, Canada, West Coast, East Coast, and it's just a real pleasure.
Not just an American thing, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
Battlestar was worldwide.
That's right. So thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on board. Thanks for supporting. Hope everybody enjoys the buckles. For those of you that are interested in, Galactica cosplay,
we're not making any money off of that.
Not at all, not at all. So we ended up buying them for whatever the regular price was, and we love them. We love them, and why not share this? Not to mention, SellGeek.com gave us a discount to share with everyone. So please go ahead if you're into the the cosplay. For the
entire store. So if you see something else in the store,
wow, man,
that's 20% off everything.
Can't beat that. So hey, I'm gonna try to take advantage. Hope you guys do the same, and we're gonna have them on, right, Chris? They're gonna come on the show, so that'll be fantastic. Right now,
they said so.
We're looking forward to it.
Reach back out to them.
Yeah. All so, guys, stay safe. Wear your masks. Get vaccines, and we will see you again next week.
Yeah, next week. Same bat channel, same bat place. There's a saying you haven't heard for in a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Batman 66 all the way.
Y'all take care. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here on Facebook. Take care.
Take care.